Barely a month ago, Declan Rice was the most expensive player in the history of English Premiership. He made a switch from West Ham to Arsenal, and that cost the Gunners £105 million, making him as at then the most expensive signing in the history of English Premiership. Few days later, barely days later, a young man from the street of Ecuador, a boy that has just God and his talent in his soul, made the same switch, this time around from Brighton to Chelsea for a whopping £115 million, toppling Declan Rice as the most expensive signing in the history of English Premiership. The funny thing, he is also a defensive midfielder. But here's the thing. Do you know that Brighton bought Moises Caicedo for just £4.5 million from his club, then Independent de Valle, a club in Ecuador. But the club was wise enough. They know the grace that Moises Caicedo carries. He may be a young man of 21 years, but his grace is 1,000 years. The club included sell-on clause to his contract. Right now, the club is going to get nothing less than £20 million from that sale. Remember, he is the most expensive defensive midfielder in the world. The most expensive signing in the history of English Premiership, toppling Declan Rice, who held that title barely few weeks ago. The young man on my right hand side, Enzo Fernandez, is from Argentina. He is the most expensive signing, the most expensive player in the history of Argentina. Not Lionel Messi. For most of you that may want to argue, it is not Lionel Messi. I am not saying the richest player right now from Argentina. I'm saying the most expensive player, the most expensive signing is Enzo Fernandez. You may want to argue further, but in order to save you the stress, ask yourself this question or do your research. How much did Barcelona buy Messi? How much did Barcelona sell Messi to PSG? How much did PSG sell Messi to the part-time league called MLS? If I'm to help you further, Barcelona sold Messi to PSG 0. He went there free. Messi left PSG to MLS. How much did PSG get from that contract? 0. He left PSG to MLS, Inter Miami, free. Now do the calculation yourself. Chelsea bought Enzo Fernandez for a whopping £107 million from Benfica, making him the most expensive sale in the history of Benfica. Benfica bought him from a club in Argentina, River Plate, for just £8.8 million. That club was also wise enough to have included sell-on clause to his contract. And Benfica, after buying him £8.8 million, sold him to Chelsea for a whopping £106 million. Remember, Brighton bought Moises Caicedo barely 2 years ago. Barely. Imagine that. Just few years ago, 2 years ago, in 2021, February 1, 2021. He did not play in the English Premiership because he was loaned out. Maybe around April, he was called back to Brighton squad. Now he is the most expensive player in the history of English Premiership. The most expensive player in the history of Argentina. It is not Lionel Messi. Why am I making this video? Now, as a young player from Nigeria, from anywhere, I don't care where you are playing from, whether you are playing from the street of Lagos, Ibadan, Abuja, Kano, Kaduna, Enugu, Abia, Imo, or even Delta, or a beautiful city like Port Harcourt. If you are playing with your real age, not football age, and you are consistent, you will go far. Should I preach further? Let me preach further. You will go far. Consistency matters a lot. You are going to see this video because of God and consistency. If you apply that, you will definitely go far. You will be discovered. And on this note, I will come back. I thank you all for subscribing to my channel. I've been seeing the rise in numbers of my subscription. Those of you that are joining my Twitter handle, something is coming up soon. Thank you for joining. And most of you, my Facebook family is something I cannot describe right now. They are the bomb. Not forgetting how fast we are growing here on TikTok. I salute all of you. And on this note, I will come back. I am not going to add my trademark to this video that I usually do. No, let me not add it. Oh, I've added it. I didn't know. Mona no verse. Bye-bye.